Okay, part 2 of my solo camping experience. I just got to Arrowhead Provincial Park. It's funny, I've been here 4 times and I've never stayed overnight. Really nice site I got. This site's huge, especially for one person. With one tent, I don't have much of a setup. It's a nice site. I can hear the falls from here too. So when I get the tent set up, I'm starving. I missed lunch. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Gotta eat something. And then yeah, there's plenty to do here, so I better get started. Watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I've been camping my whole life. I've seen a lot of backpacking meals, but no one has ever said liver and onions. So I got my liver and onions here over the fire. Gotta flip it when it bleeds. That's all you need to know. Woo! Crackly one. And there's salt on there. Ooh, that's a lot of salt. Too much salt, more than I ever eat. A little bit of pepper on there. Liver's great because it's so thin and it is so darn cheap. It was like $3. Whoop. The onion takes the longest to cook, surprisingly. And then I got water on for some mashed potatoes. This stupid grill is so high that I have to keep lowering this down just to get any heat. I'm gonna try these potatoes today. Finally, in Canada, these Idahoan instant mashed potatoes. You Americans don't know how lucky you are to have this instant backpacking stuff. Finally, it's the first time I've seen it. I can't wait to try it. I've seen like the big box, but this is like the single serve one. Super pumped for this. And that takes a minute to make, so I'm just boiling 2 cups of water for that, and then I mix it in. And then I'm gonna enjoy my liver, mashed potatoes, onions. Got some veg in my grill up, but this fire is it's just taking forever to cook, so I might not. We'll see. Woo. Smoky. Liver and onions, guys. Liver and onions. That's where it's at. It's fast, fry, and delicious. Look at that. That's sizzling up. I brought a couple brewskis tonight as a reward, so I've already started into those. I got about a couple left, 4 or 5 left. So I checked out the beach. It's nice, man. It was such nice swim. Get off that gunk, sweat, bug spray. The showers are still closed, so it was nice to go for a swim. Really nice. Swimming area is not huge, but the water's really nice. There's no weeds. It's great. And then I did a hike. I did the Stubbs Falls waterfall trail. Really nice trail. Goes through hardwood forest and a newer forest. The falls are really nice. It was good. About 2.5 kilometers. And now I'm back. Probably gonna get sweaty and bug eaten, so I'm, thinking about going for a night swim. I don't know, we'll see how things go. This fire's giving me trouble. But at this rate, I'm gonna run out of wood just trying to keep it going. They only give you like 4 logs here. They're such a rip-off. Has anyone ever done liver and onions? I've never seen anyone try liver and onions on the fire. It would work if this wood didn't suck and the grill was like lower, but yeah. Cheap, fast, friendly, and fun protein for the campsite. A lot of people don't like liver just because it freaks them out, but it's the most healthiest organ meat ever. It's got everything you need and more. I'm gonna have a ton of energy after this. I'm pretty wiped. All right, it's pretty done. So I'm gonna get my mashed potatoes. We have to sit here. That simmer dimmer. My butter and herb mashed potatoes. Get that going. Oh, onions already escaped the pan. Don't mind if I do. Wow. Incredible. Look at this. Look, nice and thin. Onions. Am I this? Oh, don't you just wish you were here right now? This is great. I better check on my mashed potatoes. Looks like they're getting there. Take forever. This liver's good though. All right, water's semi-boiled. Let's do this. Mashed potatoes. First try with the Idahoan instant. Somewhere. Open here. It's not actually giving me a way to open it though. Why do they make it so difficult? Oh, hope that wasn't thunder. Hey guys, gonna add it in. Looks like that's more than 2 cups of water, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's way too much water. Ooh, it smells buttery though. It's gonna be soup. It's gonna be soup. Should have dumped some water off. It's thickening up. Not much. It's getting thick. Oh yeah, there we go. Looks like too soupy at the beginning, but it's really getting thick now. Let's stand for 1 minute. Okay, sorry. I have to review these potatoes. Idahoan mashed potatoes, butter and herb. So, I'm eating them. Excuse me. I'm eating these things. Look great. First of all, fluffed up real nice. I let them sit for 1 minute, nice and fluffy. The first thing I notice is they are so salty. I'm not a guy who likes salt, but wow, these are so salty. And then there's an overwhelming taste of butter, which you'd think it'd be good, but it's almost too much butter. It's almost, I'm not tasting potato. It's almost like biting into a brick of butter, which seems like a good idea, but really, mouthful of butter ain't. And here's why. 520 milligrams of sodium per 28 grams. There is 113 grams in here. So for a quarter, 28 grams, there's already 520. I can't eat this whole thing. I would be dead. There's actually quite a bit here anyway, but that is an insane amount for 28 grams. The next thing I noticed is they use buttermilk powder, which is why it has that overwhelming butter flavor. It's like, it's too much. If I was splitting this with 3 or 4 people, it might be okay, but the salt just kills it. The flavor itself, like the herbs are great. The butter, you know, like I said, too much butter, but the butter and herb go together. So, Idahoan, can you come up with a low sodium version? And maybe easy on the buttermilk. Other than that, lightweight, convenient, cooks up in 1 minute. I would bring it again, but I would definitely split it with someone else. That's way too much salt. Woo! Alright, cleaned up the dishes. Campfire's pretty much dying. The wood's wet, go figure. I'm about to crawl into the tent. Bugs are coming out with a vengeance. Moths are like everywhere right now. Look at them, they're like all around my lantern. That's so cool. Before I crawl into the tent, I'm going to share with you guys some Bigfoot stories. These weird encounters took place in this very park in Arrowhead. Oh my gosh. These encounters took place in Arrowhead Provincial Park, very close to the campsite I'm staying at right now. They're older reports, but I believe both of these witnesses to be extremely credible people. The first one happened in October. There was a large group staying in this campground, and they had 2 sites side by side. And at around 1 a.m., they were all still awake, chilling by the campfire, having drinks and having a good time. And there wasn't many people in the park. There was only that group and another man about 500 meters away. But other than that, they said the campground was pretty much empty. So around 1 a.m., a grapefruit-sized rock is thrown into their campsite. It gets everyone's attention, and they shine their flashlights into the woods. Now this is October, a lot of the leaves have fallen, so you can see pretty fair distance. But they didn't see anything. So this rock flew from the woods on the riverside, which is to my right, basically out of nowhere. These moths are insane. About an hour later, another rock flies into their campsite. This one almost hits their truck. So it's got their attention, they're a little spooked. Everyone's there, everyone's accounted for, there's no one else around camping there to throw these giant rocks at them. They just couldn't understand it. But before they had a chance to check, a third rock comes in and lands right next to them. So they think it's some pranksters, and they run and they get the ranger. Tell the ranger what's happening. Ranger comes back. They speak to the other gentleman who's staying 500 meters away. When they went up to his tent, he crawled out, and he was obviously sleeping to them, and it couldn't have been him who threw the rocks. So at that point, the ranger had no idea what happened. 3 in the morning rolls around, and the rocks keep flying in. The group is spooked enough that they leave the campsite at 4 in the morning and drive back to Toronto. Now this is a group of 10 adults who are scared enough to pack up their campsite and leave at 4 in the morning. They didn't see a Sasquatch, but that's a pretty freaky story, especially if it made them leave the campsite. Now this other one involved a couple. This one was from the 90s. Husband and wife were staying, and it was raining all day, and they were in their tent at night. It had been raining all day. It was a wet one, so they were just hunkered in their tent. Nothing much to do, I know that feeling too well. And there was something walking around their tent at night. And they're avid campers, they've heard bears before, they know what they sound like, but they describe the footsteps as extremely heavy and something that you could feel in your chest and through the air mattresses. So these were huge thuds that shook them as they laid there. So they were freaked out. It didn't stay long. I think it circled the tent only a few times. And then as it left, as it walked away, a huge tree fell over. Well, at that point, the wife in this couple had had enough and raced to the car and locked the doors, followed by the husband. They drove to town and they slept in a parking lot for the rest of the night. They only came back the next morning to collect all their gear. So there's 2 stories where people are freaked out around here because of possible Sasquatch activity. They didn't want to stay the night. They left in the middle of the night. That takes a lot to leave in the middle of the night. You have to be really scared. Don't know what it was. They never saw a Sasquatch, but sounds like Sasquatch to me. So I'm staying just one or 2 sites over from there. So I'm gonna keep my ears open tonight. I can hear the waterfalls, I can hear the river where the rocks were coming from. So we'll see what happens. I'll let you guys know. Well, that's it. I'm in the tent and I'm gonna go to bed. It's about 12:30. I'm tired. Good night. Got the fly off, but I have it secured at the end there, so if it rains in the middle of the night, I will be running out there in my underpants to secure it to the other side of the tent so I don't get soaked. Hopefully I have a clear night. The clouds are moving in. Or the clouds are in, but hopefully they're not rain clouds. Good day, good night, and a good supper. It was a good trip, and hopefully I have a good sleep tonight. I have my fingers crossed for some wolves howling, but you never know what you're gonna get. Also, I gotta do like a moth patrol because I found a giant moth in here already. All right, I will check back in the morning. Later. Well, good morning, good afternoon, I should say. Last night was good. No bear attacks, no nothing. It was actually really quiet. It was cloudy, but it was nice to sleep without the fly. It was awesome. I am out on Arrowhead Lake just doing some fishing, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a dead lake or what, but I got no bites, and the wind keeps pushing me in, so it's kind of an uphill battle. Also, it's raining on me. That's why I'm wearing the poncho. So I'm about to pack it in. I'm about to throw some heavy metal. I'll show you. This guy. I'm about to throw some heavy metal and then I'll let the current push me in. That's it for me. My solo adventure will end here. I did everything. I did hiking, canoeing, fishing, backcountry, front country. I left no stone unturned. I did it all. It was a blast. But I think these parks are meant to be enjoyed with other people. I think you'd have a lot more fun. The experience would be a lot more rich. But I'm glad I did it. I had a fantastic time. And I'm gonna head home. It's about 3-something hours home. So thanks for watching this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one.